maybe. I mean, I think. Hey, welcome. We're streaming again.
Okay.
Welcome back
Welcome
to
back.
Jump and Shoot Bros Streamcast Monday nights. Every Monday night at 7:30.
Yeah, right on time.
So we did experience a brief technical difficulty. We restarted the computer, and amazingly, it fixed it. How unprecedented! Turning it off and then on again fixed the problem. But yeah, so we are back. And let me double check the stream audio so that I don't end up looking like a fool here, saying it's good and then it's actually not, because that would be highly embarrassing for everyone involved.
Yeah, for sure.
But today, what we're doing is we're dusting off the NES, sliding in the Mega Man 4 cartridge, and getting ready to do a Mega Man 4 stream cast.
That's right.
So,
old school NES.
Let's hear how this sounds. Come on, YouTube. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. YouTube. Oh no, YouTube. You're confused. YouTube's confused.
Oh, what's it doing?
Okay, it's good.
We're good?
We have audio. It sounds normal.
Cool. So tonight we are playing on the 8-bit do game.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Update.
We're drinking Victory Sour Monkey, which we recommend.
And probably some Sam Adams Winter Lager here in a minute, but
This is what we like to call a drunk cast.
now what we're doing with the 8-bit do, if you've been following the saga that I have not been publishing any information about whatsoever, of me testing Super Nintendo controllers, this 8-bit do controller currently has membranes from an original Super Nintendo controller in it, but all the 8-bit do buttons and hardware and stuff, just the membranes have been changed out.
Yep.
And we're going to see, Jeremy, preliminary thoughts so far?
So far, very good. Last week we played with the original 8-bit do without any modifications. And it was pretty good. It's a pretty good controller. I'm impressed. But this, so far, played around on Mega Man X for a little bit, which I'm a lot more proficient at. And it feels natural. The face buttons feel natural. The D-pad, I noticed, has a little bleed over with the up and down. If you press up, you might get left here and there. Did you replace
I did
those?
swap the membrane for the D-pad as well.
Okay.
The D-pad geometry is not exactly the same as the NES. I measured it with calipers. It's off by like a couple I don't know, tens of thous.
Okay.
Of an inch. So it is slightly off
Okay.
from what it's supposed to be. So that may be a contributing factor.
When I was trying to select the game earlier, and pushing up and down, it was flopping to another screen.
Okay, yeah, so there may still be some... It would probably do best with the D-pad swapped out for the original Super Nintendo one as well.
Okay.
But that's, you know... this is the kind of stuff that I'm trying to find out. You know?
So you can get broken SNES controllers with the D-pad still intact.
Sure.
And swap out and get, if you're trying to build like the perfect controller.
Here's the trouble, really, for anybody trying to put together a good controller option. If you don't have a Super Nintendo controller to sacrifice, you're not going to get a good experience from any controller. There just is not a good currently manufactured controller for Super Nintendo. There are controllers that have strengths, some weaknesses. There's just no all-around good controller.
Yeah.
Believe it. I mean, you would think that there would be somebody out there, some retro, peripheral company that would be like, yeah, let's bring a full quality, as good as the real thing controller for the Super Nintendo. Because, I mean, the Super Nintendo has got to be one of the most popular, if not the most popular retro consoles. But, like, there's just no one making a good controller. And as close as they got, as close as 8-Bit Do got, they still are, like, in critical areas just not hitting the right balance for what they need to be doing. And it just comes down to that with the D-pad issue, and this has kind of been reported by multiple people, this is like Wire Headermarl's stage.
Yeah, except the rain actually pushes you back in the stage, and it's annoying.
Oh.
Just one of those Mega Man 4 things.
Well, but Wire Headermarl's stage pushes you back, the rain pushes you back?
I don't think it does.
Yeah, does it? When it starts raining, you have a lot of resistance to your movement.
Maybe it's just because dash jumping's so much easier than trying to slide and then jump at normal speed.
Well, maybe. That's probably it.
That I don't notice as much.
I mean, you'll get destroyed in Wire Headermarl's stage if you just jump right on in there and don't dash jump all the time.
Right.
If you're not dash jumping all the time, you're screwed.
Yep.
Which is the thing that I learned the hard way.
Hey, you know what?
What?
I want to start over.
Yeah?
Oh no, I'm just gonna, because even though we have save states, which we don't have, guys, but we have save states. I don't like going into, I don't like starting this out with one life, so.
That's fair.
Alright, so I'm starting Mega Man 4 now. That was
first time ever.
Practice run.
So, have you ever, oh, did you look at our artwork? Do you feel like that it was, it's good?
It's good.
Yeah, I really tried to zoom right on in on the face of Mega Man there.
Yeah.
He really has a freaky, I mean, they tried. They
actually tried this time.
They tried to make it look kind of like it looks.
Mega Man 3's box art wasn't bad, was it?
You know, we didn't even pull it up because we still had Mega Man 2 hanging around from whenever we were finishing Mega Man 2. So I never actually even looked up Mega Man 3's box art, but
we will definitely finish this tonight, and heck, we might even start another game.
The thing is that the face, man, the face is creepy in every one of these. Like,
the thing is, just in the 80s and 90s, they just didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Well, when they tried to finally bring kind of the actual original style to it, but then they made these like really realistic paintings of Mega Man's face.
What does the Japanese Mega Man box art look like, or Mega Man 4 box art? It just looks
like anime. It just looks like anime, like it's supposed to.
If they were trying to go with a more like organic Mega Man approach, why didn't they just use the Japanese box art?
Because they thought that people wouldn't understand anime. Americans are going to look at it and be like, "What is that? What is this? Some sort of kids game?"
No, Mega Man's gritty, man.
It's about as gritty as it got at the time.
Yeah. Oh, Contra's pretty gritty.
I suppose that's true. That's true.
It's like aliens and guts and stuff.
But this is pretty gritty, though. Look at it.
Right, yeah, check it out.
Anyway, look, all I'm saying about the controllers is, if you want a wireless controller for your Super Nintendo, absolutely, the 8-bit do, whatever the fuck their company's called, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
But also, have a donor real Super Nintendo controller to get the membranes out of, because you're going to want to make that switch.
Yes, I agree. Now, I will say, though, for just the casual player who didn't play a lot of SNES to begin with, they could probably get by on the 8-bit do.
I have no idea what the correct. I have no idea what the right name is.
Without any modifications, because it's a good controller. It's just not a SNES controller.
Look, if your Super Nintendo is a Chrono Trigger machine, you're good. You're fine. You can do whatever you want, man.
If you're playing, if you're playing RPGs, you're good to go.
If your Super Nintendo is a Chrono Trigger machine, you can get by with the Circa controller. Okay, get you a Circa. They're like $12. You can even get by with the TTX. I don't even have one available anymore because I destroyed it.
Yeah.
I actually destroyed it and threw it away.
Like, destroyed it on purpose? Like,
yeah. It was so abysmal.
Check out this boss.
It was not even worth, what's...
Toadman.
What's he doing, though?
Oh, he's doing this little hippie shake.
Why, though?
That's like his warm-up for his move that he does. But if you get him there...
You just kind of are, like, basically stun locking.
He's stun locked. Yeah. I mean, it's like Spark Mandrill syndrome.
Mega Man X, major upgrade. Or Mega Man.
Yeah.
Enemy health bar on the other side of the screen.
Yeah.
That was a huge innovation.
It was. And it makes it so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times you got like your weapon bar and your life bar and then the enemy's life bar right beside it. It's like, there's no like indicator as to what is what. You just have to know.
You just have to know that.
You just have to know where they are.
Now I have to say, there's some 3D movement stuff happening here, where like Mega Man's head will turn sideways and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is like unbelievably impressive on the NES. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah,
they've really stepped up their production values for a lot of this stuff.
Mega Man was really on the cutting edge.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, the further you get into the series, the more they are cutting.
Right.
Even the more edge they are on.
Honestly, look exactly the freaking same.
Yeah, but do they all have 3D Mega Man heads moving around?
No, they don't. You're right about
sick.
that.
It's probably the best looking thing I've ever seen on the NES. Now, I was playing Mega Man X earlier today, which is weird. It's a rare occurrence, but it was specifically because I changed those membranes out and I wanted to play. But I noticed, after playing X and then playing a little bit of X2, it really feels like that they stepped it up. Between X and X2 in terms of visuals. X2 is much better looking.
It is, and a lot of people, say that X is the masterpiece of the series. I don't agree. I honestly think that they did a really good thing with Mega Man X because they brought Mega Man out of the Dark Ages. but X2, it's like they perfected everything that was good about X. And they ironed out some of the things that were annoying about X. They took some of the things like the okay, so Mega Man X, your armor upgrades are so freaking basic. Like the chest plate reduces your damage by 50%.
Yeah.
Your helmet
lets you RPG.
Lets you break blocks above your head. Like that you use literally twice in the entire game.
You need it, man. Don't underestimate the value of breaking some blocks over your head twice in the game.
Which honestly, the head upgrade is pretty pointless in all X games. The freaking X2 is an item locator, which if you already know where the items are, you don't need.
Well, but I mean, the first time ever playing the game, it might be helpful.
Right. X3 is a map of the stage, which is basically an item locator. And if you know where the items are, you don't need it. And, let's see, what is X... Shit. That sucks. What is X4? X4's head armor. Oh, now that one actually is helpful. It gives you unlimited special weapons. So, if you have the head upgrade... You don't use weapon energy. Which, that's nice. That's helpful.
Yeah, I've never played Mega Man X4 as Mega Man.
I have a few times. I prefer Zero, but...
it's Zero X4.
It really is. Nobody plays as Mega Man. But anyway, in X1, the helmet, of course, breaking blocks. Chest armor is 50% damage. The boots are the most basic freaking thing. It's the slide, which you just had. Like, it's like they took the slide away from him when he became X and gave him the dash in the form of an upgrade.
Well, but I mean, you get it like without any effort whatsoever.
Right.
I mean, it's the most effortless.
But it's considered an upgrade, and X2 introduced the mid-air dash.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty cool.
Anyway, I'm just saying, like, they took what was good and they stacked on it.
Right.
They ironed out some of the annoying details, and what you're left with is what I think is the masterpiece of the series. X3 tried, and I honestly, I really like X3. But it's just, it doesn't have like the magic of X2 to me. X2, and the music in X2 is way better to me than any other in the series as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would argue, and by me, I mean Aaron Hansen would argue, that, because I can speak for him, because I know I have such a deep insight into his mind.
Right.
That X is more of a masterpiece than X2, for the simple... Sick.
I should have stated.
Yeah, probably.
You gotta remind me, bro. When I walk in the boss door, remind me. Save.
I'll just be like, hey, remember.
What's funny is I don't have trouble remembering while I'm practicing or while I'm playing on my own.
Yeah, it's just the pressure's on whenever you're on the stream.
There's all these people watching.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that Aaron Hansen would probably consider X to be a masterpiece more so for the reasons that well, he pretty much explains it in his sequelitis. But to your point, specifically about sliding and dashing and all that stuff. Your issue with that is that they take away the slide and give you the dash as if it is an upgrade, as if it is a new thing. But at the same time, it's conceivable that for some people, for a lot of people actually, the Super Nintendo with Mega Man X might be their first Mega Man experience.
Sure.
So I think that
I'm not criticizing or saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying. You start with the dash in X2, and you can just blow through the first stage pretty quick.
But what I'm saying is that I think that he would probably consider it, and I totally see where he's coming from, to be more... to be better, like better designed for the dash to be an upgrade that you find in like the first like easy to beat level, with nothing else, you know. It doesn't really require any upgrades of any kind or weapons or whatever.
Right.
And it's because it helps to teach you. You get the basics in the intro level of jumping and shooting. Mm-hmm. And then you learn how to slide, you know, how to dash afterwards.
That's true. Yeah, Mega Man X presupposes that a lot of people playing it have never played a Mega Man game before.
Right. And it does a good job of training you how to play as it introduces concepts to you slowly throughout the game, and I think that's pretty cool. I was playing it earlier and noticed that and thought, you know what, this actually is kind of smart that they did it this way. Mm-hmm. Like, it's annoying that you can't dash through the intro stage, but you're gonna go to Chill Penguin next. So, you know, at least that's how I always used to do it in MS-DOS. So
that, I mean, does it start you on Chill Penguin or Launch Octopus?
It starts you on Launch Octopus. Oh. I wonder if I've never actually played that stage. Is that stage doable Buster only with no upgrades?
It's doable. It's not easy.
Weird that they would start you on that one then. You know, Mega Man X maybe is not a masterpiece.
Chill Penguin, though, you look at all the bosses and you're like, oh, it's a fucking octopus. He's got 8 legs. And mammoth, he can crush you, you know? Mm-hmm. And there's a giant monkey and, a penguin? I can kill a penguin. I mean, come on.
Yeah, surely.
Surely I can beat a penguin. And you can.
You can beat a penguin. Let me tell you. If I can beat a penguin, you can beat a penguin. We can all beat penguins. Alright? They're not difficult.
Yeah.
Chill Penguin, seriously, the least effective boss. Well, that's probably not true.
I mean, he's got his trolls, you know, the sliding around.
He just slides around. Behind, you hop up on the edge of the walls, and you know, you just hop around on the wall sometimes, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
But the reason that I think X2 is the masterpiece is not because X1 wasn't great, but I mean, you can't just like look at something that was innovative and say, well, this is it. That's the one.
Well, sure. No,
it was innovative. Obviously, it was the first of its kind. But that doesn't make it the best just by default.
But I mean, it comes down to like what your standards are for something being like the best. Okay, because like you could argue that something that is like the first of its kind and executing its concept so well makes it more valuable than a second attempt that refines it further, you know, because it really is like brand new ideas But then you could also argue that X just builds on the foundation of Mega Man and adds a bunch of new, features.
Right.
So maybe Mega Man 1 is the true masterpiece.
Yes. See, and that's the thing. Like Mega Man 1, it was the first game of its kind. A stage select.
That image that we saw that just before there, the Mega Man turning sideways.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most impressive
That's what
thing
you're
I've
talking
ever
about.
seen.
Okay.
Anyway, continue. Mega Man 1.
Mega Man
first
1
of its
was
kind.
First of its kind, of course.
Masterpiece.
It's not.
Absolute
It sucks. It's a
masterpiece.
sucky game. It really is. Nobody likes it.
Well, I mean, just because nobody likes it doesn't mean it's not the best.
You're
that's all I'm
right
saying.
about that, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't have to be liked to be, good. Like, there's plenty of, I don't know. There's probably some movies I could think of if I thought for a minute or two that I don't like that are considered good,
There could be.
because they're have artistic merit or some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Movies aren't art.
Yeah, they're just entertainment, and if it's entertaining, it's not art,
Right.
But video games are art, though. Are you seeing this art in front of us right now?
It is. It's true art.
The sand effect is pretty sweet. Is this a bonus stage that you just did?
It's a secret, hidden thing in this level.
Why are there not secret bonus stages in Mega Man all the time?
There should be. Just like, you got bonus.
They should have a stage where you punch a car.
Right.
It is the correct company.
It is. They had the technology. They had car punching technology.
They did. Winter Lager.
Not as good as Sour Monkey.
I forgot what Winter Lager tasted like. This isn't really what I remembered.
You don't like it?
No, I don't not like it. It's just that it's got flavors.
Yeah.
In it.
That's what makes
Orange
it
peel,
winter.
cinnamon,
It's
and
winter
ginger.
flavor. I've always liked winter lager.
Well, I think my palate may not be prepared for this because of the sour beer I was just drinking. It was so sour. I think it's kind of screwed up my tongue.
It is good though. I wouldn't have expected when you said it's actually sour. I was like,
See,
I don't know what I think about that, but
I've had something similar to it. Not exactly the same, but it's called Duchess de Bourgogne or something like that, and it's some kind of I don't remember what the exact style is, but it's also kind of sour like that. Not as sour as this one. I mean, this one was super sour.
yeah.
But whenever I had it, the moment I took a sip of it, I was like, oh, okay, this is similar to the Duchess de Bourgogne.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I can get down with this.
Duchess de Bourgogne.
De bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. That's not that. No, but it is Duchess de Bourgogne or something. I don't know. I've got a bottle over in the garage somewhere in a trash bag full of empty bottles that I have from that I brought over from the apartment from my beer bottle display. I need to set the beer bottles back up. So high speed button mashing, Jeremy. How's that going?
It's good.
On this controller, does it feel like the real deal, like the real
Like
NES
real high
experience?
speed button mashing.
Like the
I
real NES
honestly wouldn't know what the
experience.
real NES experience feels like anymore.
Yeah. Is this one? Wait, which Mega Man games did you actually play on NES?
This is the first one I ever played.
Okay.
And I played it a lot when I was like 8.
Okay.
And then I haven't played it much since.
I see.
I had a kid on my Little League baseball team.
Look at it. It's so. I'm sorry. Anyway.
On my Little League baseball team,
Mhm.
who was like, have you played this game called Mega Man? It's really fun. And I was like,
Is that what he
"What's
said?
Mega Man.
So
No.
he said, "Hey," and you said, "What's Mega Man?"
Yeah, I did.
Dude.
And he was like, man, it's so good. And I was like, Fucking Mario's the only video game. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I only spit fireballs, dude.
Right.
I don't shoot busters.
He was like, no, you murder people in this game.
And you were like, oh, this sounds fucking sick.
Yeah. So he came over to my house once and brought Mega Man 4, and I was like, oh, I'm keeping this. No, I did borrow it till the next, baseball practice or whatever. And then I think I rented it from the video store a few times. Then I saw Mega Man 5, and I was like, oh, that's got to be better because it's 5.
Right, it's 5. It's not even 4. It's 5. It's 5 of Mega Man.
And I didn't play 1, 2, or 3 until I was in my teens. 4, 5, and 6. I played 4 a bunch. I rented 5. Back in the day when you rented video games. What?
I'm just watching you fall down.
You're making fun of my falling down over.
Yeah,
that's what beer does.
Just falling down over and over again.
So anyway.
I just thought it would be fun to have a few drinks.
It's been keep on doing.
It's been a little while since we had a few drinks.
Hey, why don't I just fall back to the beginning of the stage? Actually, I need to die.
Safety die?
Yeah. Well, just not annoyingly having to go back to the beginning of the stage die.
Well, okay. So you played this game when you were 8.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Around 8, yeah.
Okay.
7, 8.
And then you played 5. Because you were like, it was 5 of... It's 5 rather than 4 of Mega Man's.
So I played Mega Man 5 a lot.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever own any Mega Man games until...
Yes. 6.
Okay.
6 was the first Mega Man game I ever had.
I'm sure we talked about this at one point. Yeah. But
and if anybody out there is curious why we as brothers are talking about what we... did or didn't own, we're half brothers.
That's a good point. Yeah, because for most people, they'd be like, wait, why do we not both know this story? Yeah. It's because Jeremy didn't live at our house, but half the time.
Right.
That's not entirely true. During that time period, you were there most of the time, but all of this exciting stuff happened at your dad's house.
Yeah, because we weren't allowed to play Mega Man at Mom's.
We were allowed to play Mega Man X exclusively on DOS.
Right.
That was the only Mega Man we were allowed.
The extremely violent death animation of Mega Man X on DOS. When you die, you don't just turn into a bunch of bubbles. Like, Mega Man's hanging in the air. Like, do you remember that? He's like, he's hanging in the air and the balls are coming out of him.
And there's like a noose there as well.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I don't remember that, but I kind of do now that you mention it.
And there's no sound. There's no...
You know what it is? You know why? You know why?
Why?
It's because MS-DOS doesn't have object limit.
Oh, right.
So they were able to keep him in there.
But why would they, though?
Because maybe that was the original... Maybe that was the original concept.
Little
Mega Man would be hanging.
Mega Man, like he is the energy balls.
Maybe the original concept was that Mega Man would be hanging, suspended
by a noose.
Yes, by a noose. But they couldn't make it happen on the SNES.
By the way, this is Ringman's level. This is what I like to call mini bosses. The level. Mm-hmm. I've already fought one.
So the whole level is mini bosses.
It is pretty much, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Is there some crap going on?
Yeah. Weird. We're having shenanigans happen again. What's the issue?
I don't know. Do I need to keep talking though?
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. This kind of sucks, I know, but we're gonna shut down the stream because I don't know how long this has been going on for. And we're gonna pull the capture card that I had in there out of the computer because I added a capture card to the computer because I was doing some testing for some other stuff. And maybe that is interfering with the Express bus.
Okay.
Like maybe it's saturating the bus. Because I've never had that card in here before. And maybe that's affecting something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here because the only things that have changed in this computer since the last stream were I updated OBS. That could be the problem. Or I installed an extra capture card because I was trying to solve another issue.
Yeah.
So, we're going to shut down the stream. Sorry, but we'll be back. Yep. And I don't know how long this has been a nightmare, but